What's good, everybody? Welcome to Match My Energy. I am Dennis Lee.
Hey, Jamal Caleb.
We're here to talk all things sports, anime sometimes, and overall lifestyle. Let's just get into it. First off, how you doing, man?
Pretty good, bro. It's been a long week. Tomorrow I'm off. So mentally I'm good, bro. How about you, man?
Man, I'm all right. It's been a busy one. Got the 2-year anniversary coming up. So we're gonna go do something nice with the lady.
Yeah, what's up?
Man, so one of the big things that I want to talk about. What you think about Draymond, man? He put the Beats by Dre on.
Bro, that's out of pocket, bro. It's just something that you can't cross the line, especially in practice. You can see Jordan Poole came in like he wasn't even like defending himself because, it's just something that you don't expect from your teammate. I don't know. I don't know how they come back from this. I have been seeing some other stuff on ESPN talking about like how it's like Steve Kerr said this is like his biggest biggest crisis in the Warriors franchise. And I'm like, I don't know how they come back from it. Like they might be like can play on the same team, but it's not like I'm going out to eat with you no more. I ain't doing none of that.
I could maybe see it, but honestly though, man, playing on teams back in the day, watching and then hearing from a lot of different players that have been in the league in the past, the ones current, a lot of times this stuff happens. Tempers get high, you get to talking stuff, this and that. And they were saying that he was, talking crazy. And the only difference is this one got put on camera. As far as getting punched in the face, we've heard the Steve Kerr, Michael Jordan thing and that documentary. I mean, I think if there was no video, it probably wouldn't be as crazy. It's mainly because like everybody in the world saw that. Now they got the jokes, they got the this and that. So now he got to deal with his pride.
Yeah, I definitely agree. If we had the video and we wouldn't have this discussion at all, like we would just like, we heard them, they got a little scuffle. We wouldn't have known the extent of what it looked like. Right. So I think because it's on video, it got escalated. That's why they had a final. Like, and then not suspend him. I still think they should have suspended him personally, but I don't know. Because you say it happens on teams, but I don't know. To that one, I think because we saw it, it looks bad. I think that's what it really is.
Yeah, I mean, and on top of that
everybody fighting those practices, but we just saw this one. Yeah, he went on the floor. Yeah, he was on the
floor. one Superman punch, and he was gone.
Hey, he took a leap with it too,
right. Hey. Like, oh boy, and he had a little dude, man, so
yeah.
I think also in this era, you kind of were going from a old school versus new school. And that's one thing that's happening with this league is you still have the older cast. And I think Draymond's early 30s, I think.
Yeah, like 32, I think.
Yeah, so he's like pretty close to my age. And, back in the day, we would do that. We would get into arguments, even out at the park or when I played, back in the day in high school, you would get pretty intense sometimes. You go battling, we're competitors. The whole time we talking cast, stuff to each other. And it may even get to a little pushing. I've been punched in the face on the court once. Afterwards, we was all cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We traded blows. And then I was like, all right, we had to separate. But then all right, that's my homie to this day.
To this day.
To this day. So, I mean, I think plus, I think with them being a winning team, winning will trump a whole lot. It will make you overlook a lot. Now, if they start losing this season, it's and I punched you, and you weak, and it's
Yeah, and it's also a balance now because now you talk about the new school and the old school, the Warriors. But now, if I'm a new school, I'm looking at Draymond like you can't tell me nothing right now. Like I'm looking at him like I know you a vet on the team, but if we got a disagreement, then I don't know if you're gonna come at me like you did Jordan Poole. Like, how can I look at him the same way?
That's true. That's true. Because now you're saying like, what will he do?
Yeah, you like, I'm just not going to engage with him. I'm just not even engaged. I'm going to let him talk his talk. But at the same time, he can't be in everybody's face. Like, it looked like Draymond came straight over to him. Jordan Poole pushed him off, but he didn't expect nobody to hit him back like that. Like,
that's another thing. He a young cat. So that's what I was going to say. A lot of young cats, they ain't used to getting hit in the face. They ain't used to actual fights happen. They used to being on their phones. I can talk stuff to you via Twitter, via whatever. They ain't really used to the face to face. And it's a new league where people don't really do that, which is a good thing. You know, we ain't having the old fights of the 80s and 90s.
And Charles Oakley.
Yeah, or even the Kareem Abdul where he slid old buddy or whatever. That was crazy.
Yeah,
but
Shaq. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, and to where it was almost, and they would barely get any fines. They would barely get any.
No, that's facts. That's like a flagrant foul. Go to the free throw line and let's continue play.
Right. Now, shoot, ever since Malice in the Palace, you know, we're not playing that. So
yeah, I think that's a little different, but you know, they do definitely look at fights a little bit differently now. But yeah, overall, I think the Warriors gonna be fine. Like they still gonna go deep in the playoffs, if not finals. But I think Draymond, we're gonna talk about it. I think what you call it? It's also, I want to say, a contract year.
Yeah.
For Jordan Poole, Wiggins, and Draymond. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm the Warriors. I'm like, how valuable is Draymond compared to a young Jordan Poole?
Yeah. I mean, because Jordan Poole also looks like he can take the place of, or a compliment. They already called him the newest Splash Brother.
Right. So, I mean, Curry had an off night. Poole can take that load.
You got him, you got Clay, you got Steph. So he actually adds, but Draymond adds a whole lot more, even the things that you can't put on the stat sheet on top of
intangibles. Yeah.
Yeah. And his leadership normally, I'll say, you know, helps will them to win. He held them down. I mean, of course, they struggled without Clay and Steph, and it was just Draymond, and that exposed him as a leader, as a winner, I guess I'd say. But for the most part, with them all together, team chemistry means the most. So I think that they should be fine. And if we segue, if I'm being honest and unbiased, because you know me, you know my motto, Lakers in 5. Doesn't matter what we're talking about, Lakers in 5.
Bro, we definitely I want to touch on this, man. But
go ahead. Okay.
Let's move. Yeah.
Yeah, we can move along. So
let's talk conference finals. Or the two teams. Two teams in each conference.
All right. So if we start in West,
start West, yeah.
Now my bias side goes.
Nobody.
Lakers in 5 against the Warriors.
Ooh, yeah, childish.
Okay. But with me paying attention, seeing, but now we also dealing with who's gonna have what I would say integrity and play to win, or who's gonna purposefully, you know, tank so they can get Victor. I don't know how to say his name.
Victor W.
Victor Wap Babalubop.
Yeah, we know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Mr. I ain't never seen a man like him before.
I don't know. I don't think the Lakers don't tank.
So I don't see them tanking. I do see a couple teams that were already rebuilding previously. So I could see the Spurs not really trying too hard. And I could see.
Yeah.
I think the Suns try to make a good go to try to win.
They got some internal stuff going on as well.
Oh shoot, I almost forgot. Yeah, no. So they got a whole lot of
Chris
things.
Paul getting older.
Yeah.
Another year. He been old, but another year.
He's
still cooking, but you know, I don't know. When he gets to the playoff run, it seemed like that gas tank.
And they don't really have a big bench to where he can rest as much as we would need him, or they would need him to you know, to help get them there without him having to play as much. So
all right, let me ask this. Without bias, your West Conference Finals.
Without bias.
Because you got Lakers, you said Lakers versus Warriors.
Lakers versus Warriors. I still kind of feel that way.
Okay.
If they can put it together, I just see so much like non-cohesion with the Lakers that make me feel very nervous. But I think that they obviously have the will to do it. But I would say for now, I'm going to just go, Clippers.
Hey, there you go. I was waiting for you to get to it. That's my
with my
Western
boy John Wall,
Conference.
class of 09.
My Western Conference Finals, bro, is Clippers and Warriors. And it's going to be tough, but I do think, either way, there. I think it's going to be them in the conference finals for sure.
Either way, I see I see Warriors
Everybody healthy.
winning. I see the Warriors winning the conference, but
Man, a whole lot.
Man, if everything's firing and everyone's playing like they're supposed to, I definitely can see the Clippers in the conference finals. George Paul makes me feel uneasy, bro. Like I don't
Paul George.
one of the greatest, man. Not one of the greatest. I'm not gonna give him that, but like I really like his style of play when he's good, when he's on, when he's getting it. But
he held his own in the playoffs last year without Kawhi. So I think
yeah, and then Kawhi is always like a healthy hazard as well.
Yeah, I think if they continue to hold him out, rest up on some games back to back, I think they'll continue that process with him. I think they got a good team, man. I think they got John Wall. He can come off the bench, still give him production minutes. Don't have to worry about like controlling the offense as much as go out there and get some buckets. And then they got a solid squad. I think they still deep. Got a big man in the paint. I think some teams kind of they don't think about the big man as much. Everybody want to play small ball, but sometimes you need an enforcer in the paint sometimes. So
true.
Can bang. So
okay. So what about Eastern?
All right. The East. Now this is where my bias lies. All right, you got Lakers fans. I'm a Heat fan. Everybody know or should know by this point. I have Bucks for sure in the conference final this year. And it's up between the Celtics and my Heat. I know people can be like, I don't know about your Heat. I don't know. Hey, we are a good playoff team, a hard out, if anything. But I think the Celtics would add him. They added Malcolm Brogdon. It's a huge point guard. Take off that space. Take off that responsibility on what's his name? Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart don't have to bring up the ball. He can be just a dog defender. Hit the corner three, hit the open three.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the Celtics gonna be a really tough team. But last year the Bucks took them to Game 7 without Middleton. Middleton is back. The Bucks look good. Giannis always look great. MVP almost every year now. Caliber. So I'm like,
oh shoot!
I got the Bucks versus Celtics with the Heat probably tagging in there.
Okay.
We also almost beat the Celtics, so I was like,
true.
That's why I feel like those three teams gonna be battling it out for sure.
Yeah. So, and I almost forgot to bring up the Nuggets.
Ooh.
I almost forgot to bring up the Nuggets just real quick.
Ooh.
So I'm still worried about
That's a
them.
tough one.
I can see them coming out, but I just don't think Jokic. I don't know. I don't want to hate on Jokic because I really like his play, even though a lot of people aren't like that. Yeah. They're quick to bash the European players. I've been noticing. We like in the press and stuff like that. Like they like I don't trust so and so. I don't trust Luka. I don't trust all these players.
Yeah,
but I could see the Nuggets possibly making it. But real quick, I'm saying Warriors, Clippers, and then in the East, I do like the Heat. I do because so the Heat kind of remind me of that 04, was it 04? That 04 Pistons where you don't quite have the flashy names. You have a couple where you like, yo, that dude's you got the Jimmy Butlers, you got why am I blanking? You got Kyle Lowry. And of course those additions. But if everything's firing, everything's fires on full cylinders, obviously.
Yeah. We got them shooters too. People keep on forgetting though.
That's true. You got Tyler.
Duncan Robinson, Max Strus, shoot.
Yeah.
One thing
I'm still going Nets.
Die by the 3.
I'm still going Nets.
No.
Nets and Bucks. I'm going Nets and Bucks. It seems like the easy pick. But I just don't see KD letting it slip 2 years in a row like that. He's still KD. He's still one of the best players.
Too much trust.
Ever.
I think a lot of people got too much trust in the Nets, bro. I think
that's true. I mean, I do see the Bucks. I do see the Bucks beating them.
Yeah, for sure.
I see the Bucks beating them in the finals.
The Bucks is tough. Like, I really see them going back to the finals, bro.
Because defensively, because they say defense wins championships, all that.
Right.
They were able to make that adjustment last season and slow and dang near stop KD's production offensively. So, I would go Nets.
I think if Ben Simmons becomes that defensive player that's a playmaker, everybody's healthy. You got Joe Harris, you got Seth Curry that can shoot the threes. And they can space the floor. I think it's a really good team, regular season wise. When it gets a little bit more intense in the playoffs, I think that's when it's gonna be like, ooh, KD getting bothered a little bit. I mean, the Celtics bothered him last year.
Right.
Kyrie, I think KD, and Ben Simmons are a good team. But to make it deep in the playoff, I think you got to be great.
Right.
So I don't know if they're going to be that for me. And I haven't seen them being consistent enough. So that's why I just can't put them up there. They'll make playoffs, but I still have them a lower seed. So
okay.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
Okay. Well, speaking of lower seeds, who do you have? I got two sleepers. Two sleeper teams.
Let's
teams to
sleepers.
Watch. Yeah, I got one East, and okay, so I'm gonna just say it. I'm ready to see what the Timberwolves do. I'm ready to see how they play. You already know from our conversation, I love Anthony Edwards, and I'm waiting to see how he keeps progressing.
That's a nice sleeper.
Of course, I've always really liked Dame's game, but I don't know if. I think they're just gonna. I think the Timberwolves or not the Timberwolves, but I think the Blazers are just a good team that it's exciting when you watch. They're gonna get those good wins. They may even make the playoffs. I'm pretty sure they will. But I'm not gonna call them a sleeper. I'm gonna say Timberwolves. But my other guy, and he got his brother. Right. I got the Ball brothers.
Hornets.
For the Hornets, man. I like it. Even though they got the problems with Miles Bridges. So I want to see how they change and adapt to that. Man. And that's pretty much like changing Miles Bridges out for Jello Ball. So you'll see the difference between having a spot up shooter and a high flyer mid-range guy. So those are my two. I'm excited to watch them.
I like the Timberwolves pick. That kind of took me by surprise. I kind of like that one. My sleeper in the West, I got Pelicans. I got a healthy Zion with McCollum. Yeah, let me persuade you. McCollum, Brandon Ingram. They got a nice squad. Zion looking healthy. I think the issue is with him, I think, of course, is health. But his one play I saw in the preseason was how he had his N1 and he's just not landing. Like he's falling down. And when he gets up, like everybody's like zoomed in on him because he looks like he's about to be hurt every time he goes.
He needs to learn how to land. He needs to know how to properly land. A lot of times and this is my personal trainer, in me. A lot of times when people have the natural leaping ability, those natural born kids ain't never had a training session in their life. They just somehow just float through the air. Basically, they don't learn the biomechanics with it. So of course he just knows how to sky through the air. But one thing I've never really seen is him properly land.
Right. And that's what I think is going to really derail that team because right now I think they can be a sleeper. They can be a sleeper in the West. For the East, I'm taking it back. I think the Nets going to be my sleeper in the fact that I think they're going to be a lower seed. How about that? They can be a lower seed, but they can potentially win the West. And I also got our team. Yeah. Miami, sleeper, because we always be slept on. So
that's true. I ain't gonna hate, I got a bonus sleeper.
Okay.
Chicago Bulls. Bulls got something.
No, bro.
Man.
No, bro. Lonzo don't get healthy, bro. It seems like he always hurt.
Well, we got Zach, but they got Zach LaVine. They got DeRozan, Caruso. I love him on defense. I mean,
that's a sleeper. I'm a sleep on. I think I'm a sleep on that sleeper.
Sleep on it. But
I can't put no stock in them right now.
Well, mark my words now. Let's see. I mean, You already know
So
my
you got
number
them,
one sleeper is the Wolves. So,
but do you got them like making it deep in the playoffs, or do you make them like going to the conference finals, making the finals?
doing a lot more than what we thought. I would
Okay.
say maybe winning a round.
Okay.
I could see them at least making the playoffs, but I could see them maybe winning first round.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not too. I mean, but if they go against the Wolves, I could see the Wolves beating them. I could see the Wolves beating them in a 7-game series.
Yeah, I think. Hold on, the Wolves in West, I think.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. My bad.
Yeah.
I'm slipping. I'm slipping. Yeah, no.
That'd be a finals matchup. What you trying to do?
Yo, that'd be crazy. They shock the world.
Oh my goodness, Vegas go crazy,
man. But yeah, man. I mean, a lot of the teams with the dogs. I mean, people that just kind of lock in. I've been seeing a lot more people online. And I mean, maybe it's just for show, but I've seen those ones that are like not really going out as much. They getting shots up. They become dogs. I think a lot more people want it. You know, a lot more having that 08 Kobe in the Olympics type of mindset. You know,
man. Do you want to touch on that real quick? Did you watch it?
Yeah, checked it out. Dang near had them tears falling, man.
Yeah, I know you're a super Kobe fan. I know the Kobe fans out there, like, man. We told y'all Kobe mentality, mama mentality.
Dude, so first off, the biggest thing that I picked up from it was how he showed that he's a leader without having to be like, hey, everybody, look at me. Hey, I'm doing a meeting. Hey, I'd see LeBron do that from time to time, which is different leadership styles. They even talked about that, how LeBron's more vocal, Kobe isn't. And you've even seen how Kobe or how LeBron, when he was on the Cavs and even in the Lakers, started trying to have like players only meetings. And he's like, hey guys, come follow me for this or whatever. But Kobe would just lead by example. Y'all going to go party, that's fine. Guess where I'm going at 4:30 in the morning?
Yeah.
Guess where I just came from? I just got through shooting for a couple hours. Now I'm gonna hit the gym and get bigger. I'm gonna get stronger. It's that will to want to win, and the fact that he basically in the big games wasn't afraid of it. You embrace it, and that's very motivational to people in basketball, outside of basketball.
Yeah, I think. Oh my bad.
Oh no, it shows you that when you want something, when you want to like achieve your ultimate goals, you can't just do the little things. You can't just do the this and that, the big things. You got to put in all the extra work to be successful.
Yeah, I think that was one of the biggest things. Was he didn't talk about it; he just kind of did it.
Right.
Like when they told that story about coming back to the hotel and they see Kobe going to the gym, and then LeBron and Wade follow after them. And one thing was funny was Melo was like, hey, that's nice, but 4:30, I ain't doing that at 4:30.
I feel him though.
And I feel like honestly, I think he keep it real. Like some of these documentaries, I feel like some people trying to fabricate some of the things and make them sound like they don't keep it real all the time. I think Melo kept it real. I'm not going there to 4:30. I know I'm still gonna be good. I don't need to be here every day. So, but right. I think it put it a different light.
And it also informed a lot of us. A lot of us newer kids. Like I would have teenagers of today watch this documentary and really take in how great all of those players kind of even were in their prime, or even a Kobe. Because a lot of them. But if you're 17, that means you were born in like 05.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't actually even know about that. Shoot, like even me watching that, I didn't fully know about the 92. Well, I mean, you saw it a little bit, but I didn't really know about those earlier Olympics. So it was pretty cool to see that.
They're trying to put that passion into them and say like, this is what it really means to win. It was rigged. We got, US got one taken away from us at the last second.
That was like trash.
I think that was a good perspective on that, because a lot of us probably don't know that story,
right?
And probably wouldn't have looked it up. But I think one thing about it was, for me, I wish the documentary showed a little bit of the background, like If you saw the end credits a little bit, they kind of did look like on a flip phone type quality where it's kind of them joking back and forth. I wish I saw a lot more of that in the documentary because some of the historical stuff of the doc, we kind of now some people might not know of it, but we could look this up. Like, but that background stuff, like, hey, them just messing around in the back of the bus, joking around in the locker room. We don't see that, so I wish that was a little bit more portrayed if they had those footage and stuff like that. I thought that's what the doc was gonna be more about, but overall, I did like it. I did like the last, the final against the in the Olympics. Wade went off, kept the team afloat. That was a good highlight for us. So, Kobe did. Ended the game for us, but Wade kept us in that halftime.
Seeing Wade not fold under the pressure.
Yeah, he in threes. He ain't a shooter.
It's somewhat early. It's somewhat early D Wade. So
because he coming off that championship ride. So
yep, and even then, like a lot of times, people fold at the the higher the stage. I'll say higher the stage, they'll start to fold. So
and then they saw them lose. I mean, he felt that loss already. Like so,
both of those losses, the qualifier.
Yep.
So I mean, it was. I really liked it. I like how they said in 2007 Kobe was going through a weird transition in the league, and they like skimmed over it. Mm-hmm. I think they did that to respect like Vanessa and even Kobe's legacy, because we already know it wasn't just about him ratting on Shaq. It was about the Denver thing and all that. And they kind of like,
they didn't want to go deep in because at the same time, it is a Team USA doc. It ain't a Kobe doc.
Well, and on top of that, it's just like, I don't think, even if they do make a Kobe doc, I don't think that they'll put that in there too graphically or too closely because.
Yeah, you don't want to shine a light back on that.
Right. And the man ain't here to say his side for real. There may be some footage of that, but.
Yeah, it's done.
Honor the man,
Yeah.
So. But yeah, man, I really enjoyed it. To me, honestly, it's like it felt like one of them documentaries. I remember when I was a kid, I used to watch I forgot what documentary it was. I think it was one like over like Dr. J or something. And I used to watch it like every week. Like almost every day in the summer on VHS. My dad had it in the basement. This feels like one of those to me. One of them docs where you just it was a Jordan doc. There was a Dr. J doc, but the Jordan one I used to watch every week. Like this feels like one of those, and I feel like a lot of kids should watch this and kind of get like a lesson on how your mindset should be.
Yeah, this doc and Last Dance is definitely a good one. That Michael Jordan Last Dance, like one, I think the world was watching that one. That one came out, everybody was talking about the buzz. Yeah. It also came out in 2020, so everybody was like at home anyway watching.
Yeah.
But that one's one of those docs I think I could put on all the time. Be like, dang, this is what it took to win. You show him like cheering up, like this is what it takes to win. I ain't doing this just to be, Joe Smo, average player. Like I'm trying to be the greatest. I ain't got to say it. I'm gonna show it. My teammates gonna have to show up with me. You might not like me at the end of the day, but at the same time, check your hand. How many rings you got?
Right, man. They both. That's why, like, a lot of times with these newer players, they'll be like, "Who's in my top 5?" And they'll say the players of today, and they'll be like, "Man, I didn't watch them play." Well, if you watch this documentary, if you watch this one, you'll see these guys were really that dude. The Jordans, the Kobes, because Kobe be getting left out of a lot of these who's the best conversations.
Yeah, man, we're going to have that on another show. We're going to have the top 5 because I don't know if you're going to like my top 5.
Shoot.
With regards to Kobe. We're going to have to say that for another show.
Man, for sure, man. Like, we got some debating to do, man.
Yeah, man.
Especially as the season goes along. Well, today I just feel like we just wanted to get out a quick one, just to get everybody, introduced to us, introduced to what we got going.
Test run.
Yeah. So we got a lot of debating going on, man. We got a lot of. I got some takes that's gonna shock you. We got some crazy topics coming up next week. Stay tuned and just remember, whether we chatting like bros or debate you like an enemy, it's all fun and games. Just match my energy.
Hey, you better bring it too.
Yeah. Signing off. I'm Dennis Lee. Follow me, Dino Fit Dennis.
All right, and I'm Jamal Caleb, JC2 Bless on IG. Link up with us.
Yeah. See you guys soon.